Hi YouTube, this is North Shore Prepper. So I'm here with you today because I have an issue with sealing my mason jars with my food saver. So what happened is the other day I made some cookies with Prepper S, and I realized that all of my baking supplies that I keep in mason jars, as I use them, I just, I'll put the lid and I'll put the ring back on, and I don't always reseal them that day. If you're making chocolate chip cookies and your kitchen's a mess, I don't know. I can't pull the food saver out at that point in time. So I just realized that everything in my baking cabinet was open. Of course I had rings on them. But, so I took out my food saver and my tops, and I just figured I would spend a day vacuum sealing everything. I also, I think it was 20 pounds of brown rice, and instead of opening up oxygen packs, I'm just going to vacuum seal them. Some of my jars have the gold Walmart lids. Most of them have the ball lids, but I am totally getting rid of the Walmart lids. So this is what I'll use them for. So I have the brown sugar, some dried cherries, some some raisins, almonds, chocolate chips, oatmeal, lots of rice. So my problem is this, and hopefully you can give me some insight. So when I use, and for the video, I'm going to try and edit out the noise of the food saver, and if I can't, I apologize. But if you just bear with me. So, because I don't know that I'm crazy, but for some reason in my head, am I doing it wrong? I don't know. Okay, so this is brown sugar. Oh, the lid stayed in there. That's fine. So I put my food saver lid on, plug the hose in, lock my food saver, and I turn it on. And like I said, I apologize. It's going to be loud, but I will attempt to edit out the noise. So then I seal. So I'm going to seal it until it stops. So let's do that. So my brown sugar is packed, so it's sealed pretty quick. Okay, that's the big jar, the wide lid, sealed good. I put it over there with everything else that is sealed. So then here's my issue. Okay, so we'll use brown sugar since it doesn't take a long time to seal. My lids are clean. I put my ring on. It is a gold Walmart ring, but I've also done it with a ball lid. No, I'm sorry, not ring. And the same thing happened. So I changed my hose over to my small attachment. See? So they're both in there. The rings, can you see the seals? They're in there the same way. I push it down, I lock my food saver, and I turn it on. So did you hear the food saver make that noise? And I'm going to pull this off, and a couple things are going to happen. The lid is not going to be sealed, and the blue ring inside the attachment for the food saver comes off, and I'm not sure what's happening. So, it proved me wrong. That's very funny. The blue ring did come off, and I'm not sure why. The ring did seal. So what's happening is, and I'll try the rice now. What was happening was earlier, my seals for the regular, now I have to put this thing back in there. So my seal for the regular jars weren't sealing. So there we go. I pop it on, I'm locking it, sealing it. Listen for that suction to, oops, this came off. I don't want that. The suction to come out. I can hear the suction coming out of the food saver. Did you hear that? And it's not sealed, and the blue ring is there. So I don't know what the deal is. It's not the food saver. It's not the food saver machine itself. I think it's the ring. The way that I did get it to work is, and I'm really surprised that it worked, which is the jar that I just did. That brown sugar jar, I don't know what I did, but it worked. So I'll try it again. Put my ring on, okay? Lock my food saver. So it feels like I hear the suction coming out of the food saver part. So let's take this off. My blue ring came off and my lid is not sealed. So am I doing something wrong? The way that I got it to work is kind of, and I know it's not supposed to work this way, and it's a little annoying because I have a million jars to seal and most of them have the regular lids. If I put the seal on and I lock it, and then after it stops pumping the air out, I have to pull the hose out, and then I can hear the suction come from here, but then the food saver pops on again, and I don't want to break my food saver, so I'll do it again. Okay, it stopped. So now my finger's still on the button, and if I pull this out, okay, it's sealed. This silly blue ring keeps coming off, and it's a pain in the you-know-what. So, what are your suggestions, YouTube? Like I said, I've gotten a lot done, and I have 6 or 7 more jars to do with the regular lids. And I'm just wondering if maybe, you know, is there a fault? Am I doing something wrong? I feel like when I put the lid on, this is oatmeal. When I put the lid on the oatmeal and I seal the oatmeal, and I won't seal it because I don't want you guys to have to listen to it again. But no matter what I do, here, I'll get one that's already sealed, which is the one that I just did, the brown sugar that I just did. No matter what I do, that blue ring inside comes off, and I actually have to go in there and push it back in. And the wide mouth lid, it's in there pretty tight, and I'm guessing that, you know, they're made to come out and wash, but they shouldn't pop off. I feel like the blue ring is getting caught on the lid, see? No matter what, the silly thing stays there. And it's just more aggravating than not, and I was wondering if anybody has experienced that, because it's making me a little crazy today, because what was supposed to take me 10 minutes, I've been OCDing about it now for a couple hours and playing with the food saver and sealing and unsealing, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to make a video and go to the YouTube community, and hopefully somebody here can help me. Another thing I noticed is I do not so much baking, but if I find something on sale, I bring it home. And flour, they're selling in bags now, and it makes me crazy because I'm not putting a bag in my cabinet. 1, if it breaks, it's going to make a mess. 2, I just don't see it staying fresh very long in a bag. So what I do is I put the stuff in bigger jars. So this is flour I got on sale, and I'll seal this one. It's not sealed yet. Now, this is, we call it Mormon milk. It's the milk you get, the dry milk you get from the cannery. It's the best stuff in the world. Prepper C and Prepper S like to make, my coffee pot's turning off. Speaking of coffee pot, I'm interrupting. I want to show everybody my moose mug. Some of my friends went to Canada and brought me back a mug with a moose on it. It's like a 3D moose. I know. I think it's cute. I had to share it with everybody. On the back it says Thunder Bay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so just another little rant from me. So the Mormon milk, the kids use it when they work out, and they are 18 and 19, almost a couple weeks away from 18 and 20. And so we use the Mormon milk when they make a protein drink, because it's just inexpensive as far as milk goes, and they drink a lot of milk. So I cannot food saver this, because if food saverings, it's so fine, the particles come up between the seal and the jar no matter what you do, and you give it a couple hours after you food savored it and it pops. So what I won't do with this one because we were using it, but what I will do with the flour, since the flour is the same texture pretty much as the milk is actually a little finer, but the flour is the same texture, I'll go and I'll take an oxygen absorber, and since I've already taken some flour out that, you know, we'll use for bread or pizza dough or whatever, and I put that to the side, and this is going to actually go into food storage. I'll put an oxygen absorber there instead of food savoring it because I feel like the food saver pops open if the dust of the flour comes and it sits underneath the seal. So that's just my little tip. I find it easier for, we call it Mormon milk. Hope nobody takes offense to that. If you use the oxygen absorber in the Mormon milk in the flour, I'm really careful about it. Oh, and powdered sugar also. Powdered sugar you need to put an oxygen absorber in because there's no way the food saver can seal that. Mine always pop. So yeah, so my little rant was why I love the Mormon milk. Do you guys like the Mormon milk? We use it for everything. I mix it in the blender. It mixes really nice. So I was wondering if anybody knew why my blue seal comes off of this. So if you have an idea, I would love to hear your comment about it. Like I said, I'm just trying to reseal. Some of this stuff's going to go into food storage, like my rice and my breadcrumbs and brown sugar. I bought a bunch of brown sugar. So, but I just want to make sure that maybe I'm doing something wrong. I've been doing this a while. It's worked for me before. All of a sudden, it's not working. Am I brain fading and I missed a step? I don't know. So if you could give me your, you know, your thoughts on why this thing is fakakta, that would be great. And thanks for watching. And I'll try and can something interesting this week, something different that nobody's done before. So thank you guys, and please comment. I'm looking forward to finding out what I did wrong.